Hey, what's going on, folks? How we doing tonight? Jamie, Rav joining the show. Don't know where anyone else is, but we got us. Let's do it. All right, we got some outsiders saying hi already. What's going on, dogs and pig pigs? I don't know who this is, but it must be one of Dylan's guys. We got RC
It's
Cola
a
in the
girl.
house
It's
tonight.
spelled
That's what we are
Aaron.
sponsoring.
It's a
You
girl. It's spelled
you got
Brin.
right before the March Madness. You got to have a drink.
Hmm. What are we drinking? Do we need to make
Mark
drinks? We didn't talk about this.
No,
Right?
I'm straight edge in that sense there. So this is the RC Cola is as strong as it gets.
Instead of
I
March
like the
Madness, how about March Drunkness?
When I was a single
Um,
guy, yeah, I would. When I now, that's a whole nother story. But as
I
a man,
like the chair.
I tried not to do all that stuff.
I like the cherry RC Cola.
Man, I like the fact that it's on sale, brother. That's what I'm.
Yeah, can't beat you there. Hey, does anyone else think the new intro sounds like a song you hear on the radio? And I cannot think of what the song is.
It's definitely messing me up still. The new StreamYard intro there, the countdown. And it's like I didn't even realize it
Maybe
the first time I went on. I was like,
maybe like a Peter Gabriel song.
"Who's Peter
The
Gabriel?"
Sails Away song. Sails Away. I don't know it, dude. I'm not a good singer, but anyway, but it just sounds like a Peter Gabriel intro.
I don't even know who that is.
And maybe Jamie doesn't even know who Peter Gabriel is because he's the youngest of the group, as we just found out. We just found out that
Younger than
me
me.
and Rav are a lot closer in age than we
Man,
thought we
I thought
were.
you were 10 years younger than I. Yeah, but like I thought you were 10 years younger.
Oh shit. Jamie, what's going on in the sports world? Ding ding.
Oh yeah, that's right. Our UFL my UFL shirt came. I took my picture of it with the headshot, and I sent it to you, Adam, so you could send it to Evan.
I already sent it to Evan. My jersey's being sent to me, so
Mine says
getting
feed
that.
the. My shirt says "Feed the Snake" on it for the beer
I
snake.
know. I saw that. I didn't understand it. Is that a thing down there in DC? I know
Oh
you don't
yeah.
watch the spring football
What
there,
the fans
Rav,
do
but
is they take a bunch of cups and they stack them, and they just stack one cup on top of the other to form like a snake, and it fills it up with beer. And
I do know they have a lot of people there for more than I thought they would, considering you already have an NFL team there and all that. And they're probably the best attended team when they were in the XFL and also in the UFL, the DC defense. So that's actually something. Yeah, you're right about the crazy people. And you always have drunks at football games. So that's just
Rich is yelling at me. He told me I should have taken Arlington. I didn't want Texas team. I wanted Memphis. I guess that's where I got until the Maulers come back. Then I get the Maulers.
yeah, but remember, Memphis, you got Troy Williams at least.
I also have the old coach for the Maulers down there, Jerron Jaron. So very excited. We got Troy
What,
Williams.
is he the defensive coordinator for Wisdom?
No, he's the head coach. I got the head coach.
No, what's Jared doing now, Jared Horn? Who's he the head coach?
Head coach of the Memphis Showboats.
No, it's Wisdom.
Oh, he's doing something on the squad. All right. I have not looked, guys. Just to let you know, I am just trying to get familiar with some of the
He
players
was a
still.
Steeler guy. Remember Ken Wisdom?
All right, whose TV's up? Full blast.
Adam.
Yeah.
Oh.
Ken Wisdom was a Steelers.
Yeah, he should have been the Steelers head coach.
They almost hired him instead of Tomlin.
Almost hired him and Bruce Arians.
Wisdom didn't really actually have that great. But after he left Pittsburgh, he didn't really do that great as a head coach. So
That seems to be a theme when people leave Pittsburgh. They don't do that great. I'm hoping Najee Harris does good. I'm hoping Mike Williams rebounds after.
well, luckily
trash talking.
Najee's on a 1-year deal, and the 1-year deals that's popular now in in free agency, the 1-year deal.
Went back to the Chargers too, and he just talked all kind of smack on the Steelers. I don't know if anyone else read that.
Yeah, but like I said, Najee, like I said, it was a 1-year deal for the Chargers. But like I said, I'm a fan of the 1-year deals. I know you guys might think differently, but
I guess we're on the AFC. What do you guys think of Higgins and Chase getting them huge extensions?
good for them, but bad for this team because the team still needs to fix their defense.
Now they're trying to re-sign Trey, who led the league in sacks. So, Rab, what are your thoughts on this?
I'm very surprised that they spent this kind of money on both, and they probably did it easier than I actually thought. I don't think you have any money for defense. You can't have the two most highest paid receivers in the league and then have money for anything else. So it's Burrow, Higgins.
That means you're going to have to build a defense in the draft.
You better hit on these draft picks because you're not going to have. I think this is why they're trying to move Henderson, and I think that's going to be.
They're trying to re-sign him now.
I don't think they are.
I don't know. That was on Sleeper today. That came.
Well, I agree with what Rabri's saying. I think you got to trade him for as many picks as they're going to need to rebuild that defense. And luckily, they got a new defensive coordinator. The Bengals, former Notre Dame defensive coordinator Al Golden, returned to Cincinnati to replace Lou Aramano, who's with the Colts now.
I think on defense, and their defense wasn't any good anyway. I mean, outside of Henderson. I mean,
yeah, but I think the scheme could change that. Like Henderson fits. Al Golden's a guy that blitzes a lot, and he likes to play man coverage. Henderson would fit in that scheme.
I think Henderson would fit anywhere. I agree with you, but yeah, I think Henderson, you could do anything. He's not as good against the run. It's great.
Like I said, that's the only reason why Cincinnati's defense could be better. It's this, like I said, the scheme changed because, like I said, Golden's an aggressive guy. He's all about pressure and man coverage all the time. So
yeah.
It's Schwarzkopf.
What so where is Dart gonna end up?
Where is what?
Where's Jackson Dart gonna end up?
I heard a wild scenario where the Giants reach to take him at number 3 if Shedeur and Cam Ward were off the board. And I know the Giants would never do that, but at that point, it's like you'd have to reach because you got to get your quarterback. I know Joe Shane, although I also know Joe Shane and Dable coming from the Bills school of how to do things. You never reach for anybody, but I don't know.
I think they're taking Travis Hunter at number 3, Jam. I really do.
What do you think? Then they go Jalen Milroe in the second round or something?
They're gonna have to go quarterback in that second round.
Yeah,
but you need to get that.
The only two options that are probably going to be there for the Giants in the second round are either Quinn Ewers or Jalen Milroe.
I would go with the Ohio State guy. Go ahead, Rob.
I think they're not going to take him at 3. That would be just too crazy. I think the Giants can move back up, take him early in the second. I can absolutely see that. I think if Jart does go in the first round, I think it's Pittsburgh. I think that would be the one place where I think they would do it because they almost have to do it. Even if they get Aaron or they don't get Aaron, I
think Kellen Moore is falling in love with Jackson Dart at 9.
That's what Mel Kiper's mock draft had him at 9, going 9 to New Orleans. But
I think Jackson Dart has moved up the chart.
His heel too.
It's too high. It's way too high. He's not a top 10. That's way too high. Take him in the second round.
Charles, you may remember. You may have remembered this, but that would have been like Minnesota taking Christian Ponder at 12th overall when he wasn't even projected to be a top 15 pick, and Minnesota did anyway. Remember?
12
or when Tennessee took Jake Locker and and that was a reach where they were picking at 8.
Yeah, that's what that's going to turn into. Christian Ponder, Jake Locker. It's too high.
Although
You can't pick
Jake
a guy that high.
Locker, if he didn't retire early, I think he'd still be playing because he had his moments until he got hurt, though. I think
Locker he was okay. He was actually beginning to turn himself around a little bit, but that's
you got to remember he retired at 26 too. That's really early to retire.
well, that year too was weird. Like a couple guys retired young, like Jason Worlds, like retired after 4 years. Certain guys retired. They were really worried about concussions right around that time, so a lot of guys were quitting early.
I was gonna say, when you get paid that kind of money, it makes it a little bit easier to walk away.
Right.
It does. I mean, look at Dak Prescott, never injured, gets paid. He's injured all the time.
Why doesn't Aaron quit?
I'm glad. Although, but guess what? Dak restructured his deal now, though, Adam, so they could pay Parsons, and so did CeeDee Lamb.
Maybe Aaron just actually likes the game.
Yeah, but he doesn't realize he look at what he did with the Jets. He cost the head coach his job basically because of that.
Yeah, now he's back with San Francisco, and that's San Francisco.
Because I feel like when Saleh first took over, like that first year was just okay. They had a young team and they had to wipe out everybody. But that second year, they had a great defense and they were 8-9. I think if they just left it alone and actually sucked it up and let Zach Wilson play there, Zach Wilson wouldn't have been great, but I think it still would have been better than signing Rodgers. And Saleh would have still had a job if they just let Zach Wilson tough it out through there.
There isn't any universe where Aaron should sign with the Giants. None. There's absolutely no reason for him to play with the Giants. No.
But
if it's not Pittsburgh or Minnesota.
No, but the reason the Giants are looking for like a veteran bridge guy to tutor whoever they draft as the young quarterback. That's what they're trying to do.
And you want Aaron Rodgers to do that? You got to be kidding.
He's old enough to do it now. He's a veteran. He's a veteran guy. He can do that, I think.
I mean, he's got the same number in our age as me and Adam, so certainly he's old enough. I'm talking about more.
He's 4 years younger than you, Adam. He was born in 1983.
I'm just saying from his perspective.
Rodgers.
From his perspective, why does he want to go to the Giants? You're for sure not.
Well, let's see. Wouldn't have to move.
Exactly. That good point. But
the biggest thing, wouldn't have to move. That's about all I got. Sorry.
Minnesota.
That was the best thing. That was the best thing the Jets could have done when Aaron Glenn.
Aaron Rodgers might be able to get Hunter to play wide receiver. All of a sudden, you're running Hunter out there with Neighbors. That's a pretty good tandem.
Yeah, but can Rodgers still get him the ball, though? That's the thing.
And you still got Bellinger underneath. Don't have much of a run game, unfortunately.
They got Tyrone Tracy, but
yes,
yeah.
I mean, unless like Aaron Rodgers signs, they pick Hunter, and then what do you do in that second round? Do you go after a running back? Do you try to trade back into the first and go after like Omaran and
the Giants
Hampton?
have a ton of cap space. Where, like I said, they could get an offense. They could get a whole offensive line and running back in this draft. They really could.
Right, but I mean, what do you do? Do you trade back up? Do you trade? I mean, I don't even know what Washington I don't even know the Giants pick. So I know they picked third, and I don't know if they have any.
The Giants have $30 million in cap space, even with all their free agency.
No, Jamie, do you know how many draft picks they have?
Without looking, I don't know. I might have to look.
That's what I was asking. Rav, do you?
Off the top of my head, they have the full complement. I think they got 67 picks. So they're not without second round picks.
That's the head coach and the GM used to work for the Bills.
What were you saying, Rav?
They have their full complement. I can Google it right now, but they got 6 or 7 picks. They have a second round pick. They have a third round pick. So if they want to go ahead and wait, but Dart that early. That's just they can't do that, right? That would be a very Giants thing to do, just to do.
I know the Steelers got to pick heavy in the first. We don't have a second, then in the third, and then we don't have a fourth either.
Charles, you also got to remember, Joe Shane was in the room when he and Bean drafted Josh Allen. Let's remember that it wasn't just Brandon Bean. Joe Shane was the assistant GM with that pick, by the way. So he deserves as much credit for that one as Brandon Bean does.
I mean, Jamie, would you, if you had the third pick, would you take him? Would you take Jackson Dart?
I think a lot of people
assuming that Shedeur and Cam Ward are gone.
Well, if they want to get if Dable and Shane want their own version of Josh Allen like they had in Buffalo, Dart could be that for them. So
I don't think so. He's a backup quarterback.
He reminds me a lot of Josh Allen. He plays with that reckless abandonment. He's not afraid to run over people. He's very, very athletic, got a gunslinger arm. That's just like Allen.
There he is, the mystery man, Dylan.
Hey,
Dylan
a lot of people said the same thing. That remember when the Bills took Josh Allen, we all wanted them to take Josh Rosen, and then look at what happened. Allen turns out to be the right pick, and Rosen's at a business school now. So
yeah. By the way, Jamie, Josh Allen and his fiance make Buffalo snow look like it's Pasadena on a December day.
That's a pretty Shakespearean line there because the Buffalo snow you're alliterating to Allen, and the Pasadena day is Haley because she's from Hollywood. I like that.
Hey,
oh my God, he understood that. Yeah. I'm with. Yeah, I don't.
I'm with Josh. I had no clue.
Yeah.
I had no clue. I was like,
yeah, he understood that.
By the way, Adam. Adam, which quarterback will Pittsburgh steal in the upcoming draft?
Dart.
We're taking Omarian Hampton.
You need that big bell cow back to replace Najee to pair him up with Jalen Warren and everything.
Dart's going to be gone. Dart's going to be gone.
What?
Dart's going to be gone.
No, he's not.
You got to have that thunder. You got to have that Omarian Hampton's thunder to the Jalen Warren Lightning and the.
I still think the Browns take Carter to line up on the opposite side of Garrett.
That would be lethal for their defense.
I can't see them drafting Shedeur Sanders.
You still
but
think
then again, I never pictured seeing Deshaun Watson engaged. So I don't know what the hell I'm missing.
The mainstream media was actually a First Take. They said Cleveland would actually be the best fit for Shedeur.
I don't know why.
I think that's where he's going. Yeah, and Deshaun. I mean, that's a bunch of fakery. He's just trying to look like a good dude all of a sudden.
Hey,
why would his fiance stay with him knowing that he has these allegations? That's what's so crazy about it.
Hey, Adam, why don't we give like a?
I know, but where are people's morals? I know it's money, but still,
people don't have money and morals a lot of times, unfortunately.
Yeah. Hey guys, why don't we do like a top 10 mock draft now? Not all driving to the top draft, but just the top 10 mock.
Sounds good.
Individual?
No, just us. Like we like
I didn't say Skeens looks like. I didn't say Skeens looks like Alan Josh. I said Jackson.
No, I think he said someone. I guess he read it somewhere, Jamie. I don't think he was referring to you.
I was talking about Jackson Dart, but all right.
Why are we talking about Jackson Dart when he's probably going? Well, he'll be the Bo Nix of this draft.
He's going number 9 to New Orleans.
That's not a bad thing. He's the Bo Nix of this draft. Look how that turned out for Bo Nix.
the Saints on salary cap, you know what, with the rookie head coach.
So were the
Not now,
Browns.
Dylan.
So
Not
were the
now,
Broncos,
Dylan. Go
rather.
look it over the cap. They got out of cap, pal, because every team has to be under before free agency. Go look it up on over the cap. They're not at cap hell anymore.
All right. So who's everyone taking at number one? Everyone got Cam Ward?
Yes. Because the Titans have clearly announced it and said they're not going to make the trade, not going to trade it. So,
Okay. So while in agreement, you little rats, go.
I think they take Abdul Carter. I really do.
No,
I think we have two Penn State guys going in the top 10 this year.
I think the Browns take Shedeur. I think they're kind of splitting smoke out there. They might like to trade down and do it. They just you want Kenny Pickett to be your quarterback? I don't think so.
I'm going to surprise you.
Super Bowl champion, baby. Super Bowl champion, Kenny Pickett.
I'm going to surprise you where I think Shedeur
they only
Sanders,
got him on a 1-year deal, though.
I think Abdul Carter is going to Cleveland at 2. And then Shedeur Sanders is going to be quarterback of the New York Football Giants.
I'm not going to argue.
I got Will Campbell going to the Patriots because they got to shore up their offensive line was their biggest weakness last year.
I don't think they pass on Travis Hunter if he's there.
I'm going.
I don't think so.
Travis Hunter doesn't make sense if you need a lot. If you don't have, you need line. They need linemen though.
No, you're 1,000% right. But they're not passing. You can't pass on Travis.
I think Hunter goes to the Giants.
No.
Mason Graham, Jacksonville. That's still there.
Yeah, that's probably that's who I'm thinking we take.
I agree on that.
6 in Vegas. Oh, don't tell me. Are you going to tell me who I know you want the Raiders to take?
They're taking Gianti.
Essen Janty.
I agree. I think it's Genty. Now that you got Geno Smith there, I think absolutely they take Genty.
Yep.
I wouldn't take Janty. I think Hampton's better, but I can understand it. 7, do the Jets take the other tackle, take the right tackle after taking Fashanu last year, or will they go for Mr.
They're going offensive tackle. They're going offensive tackle.
Will Campbell.
Yeah, probably. I am a little worried about the short arms, but 8 for Carolina, they are definitely going defense. Probably pass rusher.
I think
Why are we scrolling? Why are we scrolling so fast? Why are we scrolling so fast?
I think Carolina needs to address defense.
They're taking Tyler Warren out of fucking Penn State.
Ooh, Marcus.
No, I think it'd be Delon Walker from Georgia.
I think they're taking Tyler Walker to give Warren to give Bryce Young another target there in Carolina.
Yep.
Here comes our Saints guy. Saints.
Whoever gets Warren gets a great player, though. Whoever gets him.
Are you guys taking Jackson Dart down there at the bottom of the screen there, Marcus?
I think we could take him. We should.
And 9 though, because that's where my Kuiper's got him going. 9 to the Saints.
No, I think Dalton.
Yeah.
I think Dalton's looking around quarterback. I'm a Riley Leonard guy, but
I don't think you take Dart in 9 though. That's the thing.
no.
Well, if you don't have any other picks, you got to take your guy. You got to take your guy if you see it.
It's a little high, but he doesn't have to start there, so they can kind of sit him for a year and see how it works.
Who are they going to sit him behind? Spencer Rattler.
Yeah, Spencer Rattler or Derek Carr.
Is Derek Carr even going to play?
Yeah, Derek Carr restructured his deal.
And then I'm guessing the Bears going to take a tackle. So that
Another
would probably
keep beefing up that
would
offensive
it be
line.
Membu
Ben
or
Johnson.
Bang? Would it be Membu
I think they
or
go
Just
with
Bang?
like he
kid
did
out
it
of
with
Georgia.
Detroit, winning the trenches on defensive line and offensive line.
I don't love Mimbu though. I don't know why. I think Mimbu and Campbell are a bit overrated to me. Like I like
I don't
Banks
know.
more
I
than
would
I
like
do
to
them.
be on if Calvin Banks is here, and he did not look great. Like for Banks being the top presumptive tackle in the draft, Banks did not play well.
Oh, here we go. Dylan's
this
going to
year.
talk about but his underwear Olympic performance wasn't that great, as Rich calls it, the underwear Olympic, the combine.
11. I think the Niners. I mean, could they go after Calvin Banks?
Niners are going
Oh,
cornerback. Niners are going cornerback. And
I think the Niners go offensive line.
no, they're going cornerback. They lost too much. They lost Ufunga and they lost Cam Ward. Or Trevor.
Dallas, you got to go running. You got to go running back here.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
Yes, you do.
No, you don't.
Dallas,
No, you don't.
I think
Dallas
they have
needs
to.
a running back, dude. Everybody knows that.
Hampton right here for Dallas, I would think.
What are they going to run?
I-
Deuce Vaughn out there, baby.
No. Right now they
The-
got freaking Javante Williams and Miles Sanders. That ain't gonna do anything.
And
The
Deuce Vaughn.
strength of this draft is the running back position. I feel like you can get somebody second, third, fourth round, 80, 90%. Yes, you're not going to
Right,
find
but
Team McMillan.
Dallas really needs a running back. Look at who they have on their roster right now.
I think the Cowboys I think the Cowboys be better off waiting until the second or third round.
Jerry Jones is not going to wait. I don't think he likes
Jerry
to take
Jones
wide
might
receiver.
take a wide.
Yeah.
If Jerry Jones in charge, he might take a wide receiver right now.
Steven
He
runs
takes
the draft.
wide
now.
receivers, running backs.
Guys, remember,
he's not
Steven
gonna-
runs the draft. Remember what Rich said?
His son runs the draft. But if Jerry Jones is in charge, they're taking a wide receiver. They have nothing on the other
honestly,
side of CeeDee Lamb. They have
this is-
nothing.
For
They
Miami,
use
this is
Javante
the worst-
Turpin, though.
Miami's taking a safety.
Yeah, but remember,
that
the
would probably
Cowboys
be
like their speedy receivers because they like to run that misdirection end around to CeeDee Lamb and Javante Turpin. That's what they like doing.
Indy at 14. Give me Tyler Warren.
I thought we were doing 10. I thought we were doing 10. I didn't look past that.
Sorry. I'm having too much fun drafting.
Yes, you
I wanna
are.
be in a-
Marcus is in his full University of Houston gear down there. I'm sure that's what he's thinking. Oh, he is also with the Roughnecks tonight. Our Roughneck colleague is here.
No, I got to send a picture after this to Evan.
I am trying to. Hey guys, just to let you know, I am trying to talk to Luke, not do a podcast with him. Just talk off camera with like we're doing right now, but off the live show. Just to let you guys know, I'm going to try to do that Thursday. If anyone would like to jump in, I'm just going to talk to Luke. He's a Stallions guy. Get caught up on some UFL. I lost track a lot last year, so I want to try and get caught up. And Luke's highly involved, so. And I met Luke. I've been texting him back and forth the last couple of days. So. Anyway.
Hey, and by the way, guys, who's going to the Final Four this year?
Let me go first. You
Yes,
want to hear
sir.
the men or the women?
Men?
All right.
I have
Florida,
not even looked at a woman's bracket. to be
Florida,
honest.
Duke, Houston, and Michigan State.
Damn it, Marcus. I'm glad I'm not in a bracket with you because we'd have the same amount of points if it all came down to it.
I got Houston winning the ship.
I got Houston beat in Florida in the national championship.
Well, never mind. Never mind. The tides have changed.
You're not gonna like my bracket, Marcus.
Oh,
Did
here
you
we
go
go.
off the-
Here, yeah.
Did you go off the wall, Dylan? What'd you throw out there?
I went Auburn, Duke, Tennessee,
Michigan
and
State's beating
Florida.
Auburn.
Florida and Duke in the Natty, and it's Chomp City. Gators cutting down the nets in San Antonio.
Are you the next Jay Williams from ESPN? He exactly had that.
Hell no, I'm not Jay Williams. That coward.
Okay, how about your?
That's why Carissa dumped him. Carissa Thompson.
How about the elite? Give me your elite 8. Give me your 4 beating the other 4.
I have Auburn being Michigan State, Duke being Alabama, Florida being Texas Tech, and who's the other one? Tennessee being Houston.
So I kind of similar, but I got Michigan State beating Auburn, Florida beating Texas
I had
Tech.
mine auto-filled, and I had them randomly auto-fill it because I didn't want to take the time to actually pick.
Come on, Jamie.
So-
I know you haven't watched a college basketball game since the Millard Fillmore administration.
What since what?
The Millard Fillmore administration.
I'm a diehard Syracuse guy, dude. I've been watching Syracuse since 0405 when my dad had sponsorships for Nestle's to go to the football and Syracuse basketball games.
I'm still on Millard Fillmore. Like what? That's way back, bro.
So I got Michigan State beating Auburn, Florida beating Texas Tech, Duke beating Wisconsin, and Houston beating Tennessee. I got Bama getting knocked out the Sweet 16.
It's not letting me look at my bracket.
Same with St. John's. I got St. John's getting knocked out the Sweet 16.
I like St. John's.
Johnny's with Rick Pitino, baby. It's Dickie V. Rick Pitino, baby.
I like Duke, Auburn,
Duke, baby.
Duke, Auburn, provided Flag plays if he doesn't get hurt.
He better
so-
play because he's a diaper dandy, baby. Cooper Flag.
Is he
That's what I-
imitating Dick Vigdale? That's who he's
Yeah.
imitating? I love
Yeah.
Dick.
Dick is finally back on the mic.
You've heard him. You've heard him. Sorry, you guys have heard him say that, right? With the really great freshman, he calls them diaper dandies.
Yeah.
I
So like
love
Cooper
Dick.
Flag would be a diaper dandy. this
Dick
year.
Vandale's one of the best. I also loved when he would call North Carolina games, which, by the way, do you feel like North Carolina deserved to be in the first 4 because the 2 committee members?
Yes,
are
that
alma
second
mater?
half of the Duke, that second half of the game against Duke, and they were where they came back and they were one lane violation away from potentially sending that game to overtime. Absolutely.
Look, I like North Carolina. I'm not a big Duke guy, so I was happy for them. They got in, and they handling it to San Diego State right now. And I fucking hate FanDuel so much. I knew I should have picked Alabama State, and my stupid ass picked St. Francis. Alabama State came back in the final seconds and threw it across the court and made a layup. Won the game by 2 fucking points, and I'm not happy. I lost. I could have won a lot of money, and I lost because I didn't pick the fucking Hornets. I'm mad.
All right, well, let me finish. So Duke, Auburn, St. John's, and Tennessee, I think are the last 4 as well.
Okay.
I think I really like Flag. I think Auburn has Chris Webber on their team. Broom, I think Houston reminds me of so much of Chris Webber. RJ, I think, is the best player. I think one of the top in college basketball. And I don't like Houston at all. I think a lot of these SEC teams would beat them. I think Houston's just they kind of remind me like St. Joseph's or years ago, like a bit of a fraud. They don't really they really didn't beat anybody during the regular season where I was really impressed.
I've been told a lot that they
used to say that, but now
dominate.
that they're back they're in a major conference, they got to be taken seriously. They used to be in the American, but now they're in the Big 12.
Their only 12-bit conference loss was Texas Tech, and it was a home game. They were dominated on the road. They were undefeated on the road games, and Baylor gave them a hell of a matchup for that game. Iowa State was another one that gave them hell, but they pulled it off. But
2 Chainz. Never mind.
But yeah, like last year, I was confident they could go to the Final Four, but they got knocked out. I think he got knocked out in the Sweet 16 last year. 2 years ago, they made the Final Four, but they lost.
And Marcus, to your point, North Carolina has no business in the tournament. We all know it. We know why they're there. TV and etc. and all that.
Yeah, but that
They got
second
no
half,
business.
the way they played against Duke after being down by 25, proved that they should have been in.
No, they lost. No, they're not. They're not. They're
West Virginia got snubbed.
Don't let Pat McAfee hear that.
Texas got snubbed. Ohio State got snubbed. Xavier got snubbed. There's a list of other teams.
I think Indiana and Boise got stuff. I mean, North Carolina got one quad one win the whole year. One.
Well, yeah, because guess, Dylan, you know why not one quad one win? Because they had to go against the rest of the ACC other than Duke. And if you heard Dick Vitale, he said a lot of those wins were not quad one wins. If you beat the rest of the ACC, that was part of the reason why. Because the ACC was down this year.
And North Carolina lost to Stanford.
Yes. Stanford, the team that came really, really close to beating Louisville in the quarterfinal and only lost by 2.
Hubert Davis is a terrible coach too. Like compared to like the North Carolina, like come on, man.
He ain't no Roy Williams. I'll give him.
I mean, not even
obviously
not
not
even in
Roy
the universe
Williams,
of Roy
but still.
No, but I got him getting knocked out by Ole Miss in the first round.
Yeah, but they hired him because he was an assistant. It's a continuity hire. That's why they did it.
All right. Here's some upsets I got in the first round, even if it's 9-8. So I got Creighton beating Louisville, Yale beating A&M.
Wait, time out. Louisville's way better than Creighton. Louisville was shafted getting an 8 seed.
Dylan, remember this is the only one of the only few seasons where upsets actually happen. Remember,
Creighton is an underdog over Louisville.
Creighton had a hell of a season.
That don't sound right. Where Louisville would be favored over them. Creighton's really good. I mean, they were the best. They were probably the best.
They were 15-1 in their conference, weren't they?
Yeah.
they made
Yahoo.
The
Is anyone else? Is anyone else having trouble with Yahoo right now? It's not
Guys,
can
you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yeah.
your mic's very loud.
I can hear you, brother.
I can hear somebody's TV.
Yeah, it's Ravs.
Like I got Yale beating A&M. Like A&M's just a fucking circus in Texas. They were the first. They said they were the first college baseball team this season that was number 1 in preseason to get completely knocked out the top 25. We know how they were in college football, and now I got their basketball team getting upset by Yale. Who else they got getting upset?
Their college football teams on their way though with Elko though.
Oh, I got Baylor over Mississippi State.
I do too. I think give me a.
Oh, and my backyard school. I got McNeese beating Clemson.
That's not happening. Everybody and their mama will pick McNeese State over Clemson. I think Clemson not only beats.
Nobody thought Duke would lose to Florida Gulf Coast in 2013, and that happened, Dylan.
Wait a minute.
Wait. No one thought UMBC would beat Virginia in the first round.
By the way, Jamie, it wasn't Duke.
That was a shock. UMBC.
Georgetown and then San Diego
I had them
State.
winning the national championship that year.
Oh yeah, you beat.
How about I was in Louisville when Kentucky lost. When Kentucky lost in the first round, you should have seen that place. That place was going nuts, and the other half was like, "What the hell just happened?"
That's basketball territory right there, Kentucky.
Yeah, we were like, let's go down there and watch the opening round of March Madness.
I got one more. Gonzaga over Georgia.
That's not an upset. Gonzaga's an 8 seed.
I'm
surprised Gonzaga's so low.
I have a 12 and a 13 playing. I know that. I just can't log in. Yahoo's being goofy with my bracket right now, not letting me log in.
The NCAA tournament, I don't know. College basketball it's not the same anymore when they broke up the Big East and they had to move. Like I said, college football, because they broke up the Big East and they moved all the teams because of football. Like college football's is like that. That's the money. That's the big money generator now. It's like totally taking over the popularity of college basketball.
Plus NIL fucking it all up too. But
I think you could argue, and the first question kind of summed it up. Is this women's or men's?
I'm talking
you
men's
could
right here.
I mean, you could argue that the women's game. I don't watch women's for the record, but I think you could. There's a case to be made that the women's are more popular than the men right now. They got higher ratings last year.
I watched
than men.
one women's team. That's it.
because of Caitlin Clark.
Exactly, Caitlin Clark.
I only watch LSU girls. That's it. And I don't see them getting far.
You just wanted to look at Kim Mulkey, didn't you?
Kim Mulkey's. I love Kim Mulkey. I've met her before. She's a nice woman. But they got so much drama in the basketball world at LSU.
Angel Reese, Haley Van Leaf, but Angel Reese is in the
man.
W now, and Haley Van
Yeah.
Leaf transferred to TCU.
You understand? Kim Mulkey is 61 years old. Giving her that.
Yeah, it makes her a gilf.
Oh my god.
She looks like a female Ric Flair with all that attire she wears at all on court side. But
It's definitely the makeup because Kim Mulkey can kick your butt.
well, they got so much drama in the basketball world at LSU.
She looks good at 61.
I don't see them getting past the Sweet 16, and McMahon's getting fired. Especially after they declined the not invited tournament. I'd have declined it too, but they were the second worst team in the SEC. McMahon ain't coming back. They're gonna fire, and Will Wade ain't going back to LSU. He'll go play. He'll go somewhere else if he leaves McNeese, but he ain't going back to LSU.
Will Wade's going to NC State.
That's what everybody's telling me. I said, we'll see.
I think Will Wade might go to Virginia.
I can't believe Yahoo won't let me look at my bracket.
Yeah.
By the way,
I'm surprised David and Josh are not having a conversation on the side screen about the F1 race over the weekend. I know Josh watched it.
at 3. Oh, here it is. Let me see. I've got one for you.
Are these yours?
What's that?
Speaking of Dickie V, one of us has met Dickie V twice.
I gotta congratulate. I got a reply from him on one of my stories I wrote back in the day for a story called Mental Dimes about his courage and overcoming his throat cancer. And he said, "Thanks, Jamie." Well, this is when he was in surgery, but I think his publicist, his wife, or somebody may have tweeted that, and it said, "Thanks, Jamie, for your kind words and everything." And he noticed my article because I told him, because I wrote a thing about him getting the Courage Award at the ESPYs.
That's cool. That's cool.
I think Vital and Hubie Brown are just like national treasures. I mean, Hubie Brown, I think, is the fact that he just retired. He's 91 years old. Like, that's insane. And he's still out there. That he was still out there
calling from Jersey, baby.
Dick Vitale is like 85. He's been calling games since 1979.
He's the boss, like how you would say in Jersey, the boss.
How long was Vince Scully calling games for the Dodgers? Like 60-something years.
67.
None of us were born yet to tell you. I don't know. But yeah, something like that, 60 years.
So the Dodgers are down to their last out. Game 1 of the World Series. And look who's coming up now. Kurt Gibson with 2 bad knees. High fly ball into left field. She is gone.
In a year that has been so improbable, the impossible has happened.
Because I paid for half of it. Oh, really?
I don't know what the fuck's going on. Yahoo won't let me look at my team.
Why don't you get on ESPN with like all the other brainiacs like me?
Because he's got it filled out on Yahoo. That's why.
Yeah, I have it filled out on Yahoo.
Yeah.
Exactly. I think I have like a 12 and a 13 playing in one of the brackets. I don't remember. I know I had some upsets.
Oh, I do have. I
The
do have.
greatest basketball, I think the greatest, one of the greater upsets of all time was Jimmy Valvano's NC State beating Houston in the '83 ship.
Yep.
That was a good one.
How about 2 years later when Villanova played the perfect game against Georgetown?
You want some water?
That's how the difference college basketball. Some of those great teams like didn't have dynasties. Like as good as Georgetown was all those years, they really didn't have a dynasty.
How the
As
heck
good
did-
as Five Slamma Jamma was, they didn't win the title.
Yeah. Or the Fab Five.
The Fab Five didn't weren't able
documentary.
to get it done. Yeah.
Good documentary. I don't want to.
Yeah, I'm with Marcus on that one. That was a good documentary.
I don't want to talk about the 2016 Final Four where North Carolina lost in a buzzer beater to Villanova. That hurt me so bad.
That was the title game.
But they got it back the following year over Gonzaga. So,
In the worst title game I've ever seen in my life, where everything was a foul. I mean, that game took 5 years off my life. There were so many fouls in that game.
that what was it? UConn and San Diego State a couple of years ago.
God. Yeah.
Yeah,
I think the greatest game in college basketball was Leitner hitting the jumper against Kentucky all those years ago. I think Christian
Was that
Leitner-
93, Mark? Was that 93, Rav?
okay.
I think it was 91. I think he's the greatest college basketball player of all time.
I got three teams. They did not win no championship, but they had a nice stretch run to either get to like the Sweet 16, the Elite Eight, or the Final Four. Which one of these three had a hell of a run and a great story no one will ever forget? St. Peter's, Loyola Chicago, or Florida Gulf Coast?
Well, my school was the first 15 to reach the Sweet 16.
Loyola Chicago was a great story. I remember that old lady that was there the whole time.
Oh.
She was that, I
Oh,
think
Mother,
that
what was her name? Mother Teresa?
Sister Jean.
Sister Jean.
Yeah.
Hey,
Mr. Dean.
She's still hanging on, too. I think she's 97 and she's still hanging on, attending games. She's still alive. But it was the Peacocks.
I remember the lady. I don't remember the run. Sorry, guys.
Mr. Gene Cooper. The Gene.
That was when I was going through
Sister
a
Jean's
rough stage of life.
105 By the way, Sister Jean's 105 years young.
Jesus Christ.
Ain't no more in there. Move.
I know she's in her 90s. I know that. And then St. Peter's, it's like you look at where they came from. There's somewhere in New Jersey. You got basketball schools. I got these mega arenas, but they play like in a freaking gymnasium where their capacity is like 700 people. To go to the Sweet 16, that was a hell of a run for the Peacocks.
It's a lot. It's a big money difference. I went to Coppin State the year where they won in the tournament. It was like 96. And like when they beat, I think it was South Carolina in the first round, that like doubled the budget for the school for the year. Like because you get paid per game. So you win 2 games. That's a big money difference for these schools. Like St. Peter's, they probably had a whole new building built. Because that's a lot of money.
Well, you think North Carolina now becomes the most hated school in college basketball for getting in last?
I think they were before.
I
So
think Kentucky. I think Duke's probably the most hated program in college basketball.
I figured Duke was the most hated.
Yeah,
or
Duke. I'm with Marcus. Duke's the most hated.
Duke or Kansas or Michigan. I don't know. I figured one of them two at least.
Kentucky was definitely the most hated under Calipari.
I didn't mind Kentucky.
No, they had a lot of pros on those teams.
I'd rather.
Yeah, because they took advantage of the system where you recruit one and dones.
Hey, well, that's what. If you're gonna do it, do it. If they're not stopping you, you do it.
I'd rather.
The problem is he tried to do that at other schools, Calipari, but it got caught for recruiting violations. He just never got caught at Kentucky.
I hope you don't get caught.
I mean, miss me with the NIL. These guys have been buying these guys forever. I don't have proof of that, but I mean, all of a sudden, like, how do you get 7 top McDonald's All-American players at one school all the time? That doesn't make any sense.
Right, and then what
why would
happened?
you do that?
Only for the bottom ones who don't play to transfer out. You got to remember that.
So wait,
That's the thing, Marcus. Is that I mean, not you, Marcus. Charles. Sorry, Braveheart. Anyway, but think about it. Like, even before NIL and transfer portal, when you bought these guys, like, people got to remember this is what happened. The same thing happened with Alabama football. Before NIL and transfer portal, a lot of the guys that Saban got were, like I said, not just starters, but they got guys that were way below on the depth chart. They stayed. But then, obviously, when what he didn't figure out was when the transfer portal came in, all those other guys that they normally got for depth, they lost a lot of that because they were going to other schools for playing time. And like I said, and NIL. So yeah, he was continuing to get all those recruits, but he was getting too many that only a lot of them had to transfer out.
And what do y'all think of NIL money? I mean, Steve Alford was kind of complaining about the NIL money and all that. I mean, these coaches can miss me with that, man. I mean, they've come on, man. Steve Alford's made $20 million coaching.
I think players should be able to make their own deals and everything. But you got to remember, these NIL deals come from people that are outside of the program. I know the coach gets blamed for everything, but it's not the coach's job to worry about NIL. Their job is to coach and try to help them win as many games as they can. The NIL stuff is all stuff that's not within the program. That's like the biggest misconception, is that the coach's job is supposed to, but no, that's collectives outside of the program. Like, people tried to ask, like I said, the whole Syracuse basketball thing with Adrian Autry, and I don't blame him for not wanting to give an answer after, because obviously it was like he was gonna address about their NIL situation, but they just lost a game in the tournament, and he was like, "Look, I don't need to talk about that right now. Right now, it's just we lost this game, and I don't have an answer for you right now." I mean, that's what I hate when these reporters ask these coaches about that. It's like, you can ask that later. They're just coming off of losing a tournament game, you know?
But for coaches and media to complain when they're all making money off of college basketball or college football, this is kind of crazy. Some of these guys have made millions of dollars. And so, like,
right, but like I said, though, Charles, it's not the coach's job to do the NIL. It's people outside of the program.
Yeah, I'm not disagreeing with that, Jamie. But for him to complain is crazy. He's in the same system.
He wasn't complaining. It was the media people were complaining that he didn't give a straight answer. Well, he was just he's like, I don't have an answer for that right now. Well, that's because he lost the game and he was upset and didn't want to answer the question.
And he doesn't want to answer the question anyway.
About NIL and stuff when you just lost a tournament game, you got to let him grieve for 24 hours first, then talk about it, you know?
Yeah, I agree with that, but he doesn't want to answer the question anyway. That's my point. He doesn't want to. You could ask him next week; he'd give you the same answer. We're not focused on that. Blah 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 blah. You're right. After a game, that's never. Any reporter will tell you that they're not going to answer that question right after the game.
Right.
Think about that.
Hey, you should do your Dick Vigdell impression about the NIL deal and throw a baby at the end. Yeah.
Well, see, it's really kind of to me, it's kind of changed the landscape, because back in my day, we could recruit 4 or 5 stars out of Jersey or whatever that were bosses, and they could stay at the program and never had to leave. It was the same exact thing with Kentucky and John Calipari and Duke, baby. They were able to recruit all these one-and-done diaper dandies, and even the ones that didn't play got to stay. But now, because of NIL and transfer portal, all freshmen got to play right away. So these type of dandies that are at the bottom of the Kentuckys and the Dukes, they want to transfer and play for a school like Holy Cross or Loyola to get playing time right away.
Oh yes, I love it. That's good shit.
My dad just
Jamie, you said
my dad hated Dick Vitale.
What?
Just my father just hated Dick Vitale, man. He just hated. It's like, man, we all. He would just be mad every time he had Dick Vitale.
I love Vitale. He's one of the best voices. Like, he's the best person to call a Duke North Carolina game or any like Big East matchup or somebody like a freaking.
He
Marquette
did
State
Syracuse
Jones.
Notre Dame with Brad Nessler. When Syracuse broke the at the time they broke a crowd record of over 33,000 people, and I was at that game.
He did Houston.
Young. I was young. I was 8.
He did Houston and Iowa State a few weeks ago, and it was awesome.
He deserves it. He's a legend.
By the way, do you remember when Bonnie Bernstein famously asked Roy Williams about whether he would take the North Carolina job after Kansas lost to Syracuse in 2003?
Don't ask me that or whatever. I'm not going to. And then he took the job after.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Bonnie
Nick Saban did the same thing when he went to Alabama. He was flat out asked, "Are you taking the job in college?" He said, "No, I'm not leaving. I'm staying." And then he took it anyway.
Or what about Bobby Petrino when he said, "I'm not going to go out and seek another job," and then he left the Falcons to go to Arkansas?
Oh, he left. He left mid-season. He didn't even say goodbye to his players. He left notes in the locker. That was just really pathetic. I can't repeat on YouTube what they responded to.
If Vic didn't get hurt, I think he still would have. I'm saying if what didn't happen with Vic at the time, I think he still would have been there, because you got to remember he had Joey Harrington was his starting quarterback in his first year, because Vic was out with all the allegations and everything.
Tell your team you're leaving. Tell your team you're leaving, Jamie. Don't leave notes in the locker. Tell your team, have a conversation. Jeff Fisher did that. I just watched that. Jeff Fisher explaining to the team how he got fired and all that other stuff. Be a man. Yeah. Tell the guys that are trusting you that you're leaving. Yeah. Petrino didn't do that. That's why I don't have much use for him. And he still got a job, right? I think he's still at.
He's back at Arkansas. Arkansas just hired him back as Sam Pittman's offensive coordinator.
Yeah, that's crazy. Same. I think Josh McDaniels kind of the same deal. Like, he told the Colts he's coming, and then he backs out, and then the Colts
actually they said Belichick didn't want him. Belichick didn't want him to go. Belichick didn't want him to take the job. That's why.
What's that got to do with McNay? I mean, but he said he would. That's my point.
Yeah, because he did it because Belichick told him not to take it, and that's why he changed his mind.
Yeah, Belichick and Kraft talked him out of it. Yeah.
Yeah. That was the thing with Belichick. He never really let his assistants go get other jobs anywhere. That's what it was.
McDaniels was a terrible coach. Terrible coach. I think like Belichick was exposed without Brady, so was McDaniels.
Although he had something going with Denver. Remember, they started out 5-0 with Kyle Orton, and then they went 8-8. But
they went 8-8 the first year, and then it really fell off the bus. And then he was terrible again.
They were 8-8, but they started out 5-0 that year, though. I think in 2009, his first year.
And he's back in New England.
Yeah,
he's back in New England. He's going to be Raiders. He's going to be Mike Vrabel's OC, like when Vrabel, same job he had when Vrabel was a player there.
Yep. I still think Gerard Mayo got hosed after a year, though.
Dude, we knew that was happening. Someone had to fill the shoes for a year until they can get their real guy.
Yeah, but I'm saying like they gave the guy nothing to play with, but they had a ton of cap space, and like I said, they were set up for this year.
Well, look at how many people were rejected going there. How about that? how many people didn't want to sign in New England because they had nothing?
And the guy gets fired. Yeah, but 1 year is. I usually agree. Like 2 or 3 isn't enough time, but 1 year isn't enough time with that organization, with that situation to build.
They had Jamie. They had no intention of keeping. None. I think Hurricane hit it right on the head. He had no intention of having him stay the coach, which is totally wrong. You don't hire somebody and then with the whole point of sabotaging them and letting them go. Vrabel was able to follow Mayo now instead of Belichick, which makes it easier on him.
They needed a scapegoat, and that was it. They needed a 1-year coach till they can get their guy.
Yep.
That's all I got.
Should have hired Vrabel from the beginning, if that's what you wanted to do, instead of wasting his time and wasting everybody's time. And that's just, I don't know. That's just where I sit with that. That doesn't. I think New England should be pretty good this year, though. They should be. I mean, that division is like, Jets aren't any good. Jets aren't any good, we know, and Miami's I don't think any good.
Yeah, I haven't really looked at lineup cards yet there, Rav. I'm trying to get one sport at a time here. Anything going on in the baseball world? Anything, Marcus? You got anything with the Astros? Marcus, you sleeping?
I'm watching some YouTube shorts right here. A couple guys I've had on
figure out. You need to figure out how to drive them to the top on those shorts so we can get out there more.
I know. I'm waiting to hear about my new intro video from Evan.
Yeah, we all are. Hopefully, I texted him. I didn't get anything back, so I am trying. Anyway, I haven't heard. Marcus, what's going on with those Astros?
It's gonna be different without Alex Bregman. I could say that.
By the way, Marcus, I've seen plenty of breakers at JetBlue Park this spring, and it looks odd.
And first season under Daikin Park now instead of Minute Maid Park, so that's going to be totally different. We're like in a whole new era. We're used to not having Justin Verlander now that he's gone, but now not having Alex Bregman is going to be even harder.
Or Kyle Tucker.
Or Kyle Tucker, too. But, I mean, we still got Altuve. We still got Jordan. We still got Javier. We still got Framber Valdez. We still got some good players. We'll be fine.
All right.
It feels like the Astros. It feels like the Astros are selling. Like what? Why didn't the Astros sign Tucker? I'm a little confused by. And then you don't.
We got a shit manager. I don't know what the hell's his problem. Like they could not work a deal with Bregman. They couldn't work a deal with Tucker. Like I guess it's getting in their head. Like we keep who gives a fuck about the past? There's people that are going to still talk about it. Fuck them. Like, we won one without having to do the shit we did in 2017. We can do it again. Yeah, we're in progress of trying, you can not say rebuild mode, but like we're fixing some cracks. But I could see them maybe.
Hey, Marcus, maybe the Astros were thinking that with Soto signed that $700+ million deal, we didn't want to pay Tucker $500 or $600 million and rather retool, if anything.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, I think you got to be careful with paying all these big contracts in baseball now because, especially like these guys' batting averages are like. With the exception of Aaron Judge and a few people got to remember the league batting average last year was only 240. That's not a very good league average for an
analytics is killing this game.
What?
Analytics is killing this game.
I agree with that. And Marcus, why are they moving Altuve to the outfield? I'm even more confused by that.
You still got the pitch clock, which is cool, but
I don't, like I said, I don't like these changes. I'm not used to Altuve playing outfield.
I mean, the guy they're putting in is like, I can almost understand it if you had like this like really good like young prospect, but you're not, you really don't. So I don't really understand why you're trying so hard to move Altuve. I didn't get it.
Like, I can't see him. I mean, maybe I don't know if they try to get him to move it third to take Bregman's place, and he's like, no. But he's going to take Kyle Tucker's place outfield. Like,
why does he need to move at all? Like the other guy, he's the guy that's been there. Why are you asking him?
I mean, because we still got like Chas McCormick or Mauricio Dubon to go outfield, or Jake Myers. You know, could have put Jake Myers outfield and kept Altuve at second base. I don't know. I mean, Pena's going to stay at first. I know that. I'm going to assume they're going to put Christian Walker at third base now, taking Bregman's spot, because you still got Diaz at catcher, or you got Salazar, who's like second. If they did second string, he's like his backup. But you also got Victor Carani as catcher too. They only have three. Their main catcher is Diaz. And then you got like 10,000 pitchers. But I think their new ace now is probably going to be Framber Valdez. Now that Verlander retired. So because they were telling me who's going to be y'all's ace. So I figured it was going to be Valdez, or could be Lance McCullers. It could be I don't think Abreu. No, I'm not even going to say Abreu. Maybe Garcia. Maybe Christian Javier. Like, that's the only few names I can think that could be the ace. But I'm going to say Framber Valdez off the top.
Yeah. Valdez is their best pitcher.
I'm making a prediction. I don't think Valdez stays in Houston beyond this year. I think Valdez is moved at the deadline.
Like halfway through the season, you think he might get traded, like in the summertime?
Yeah.
It could happen. It could happen. Somebody asked me that too. He said, "You think you can see him last a full season?" I said, "Probably not."
It just feels like they're trying to sell off now and trying to start. It feels like they're just trying to start over as well. The Tucker thing really just like, I didn't get it. Like, why on earth would you not want to sign one of the best young players in the league?
I figured you at least would have tried to keep Bregman another year. Now that you've lost George Springer and Carlos Correa, and all them guys, but in Verlander retiring, so you thought you'd at least try and keep one of your best players.
Verlander's in San Francisco actually pitched well for the Giants yesterday, or a couple of days ago.
We'll see. Coming to opening day is the 27th. They got to play the Mets at home.
Did anyone get up at 6 o'clock this morning and watch the game?
Nope. What game? What game? Soccer?
No, Dodgers Cubs opening day in Japan.
Tokyo.
It must be a spring matchup. I know the Astros be kicking out. I don't even watch spring baseball.
No, this is live. Like this counts towards the season.
First game of the regular season was today.
Really? They didn't do it they did it in another country?
They've done it before. Like, because they're going so far away, they have these two in Japan, and then they kind of start with the rest of the season for these teams. Like when everybody else starts.
I'm good. Like later in the season, like the Astros played a series in Mexico a couple times in their past, but they do it like in May, or they go to like where'd they go? Like didn't they go to like the UK or something over the summer? They went to not London,
yeah,
Germany.
I don't know who goes this year, guys. Does anyone know?
Nobody. I don't know. Red Sox went, and Yankees had a game in London. I think it was last year.
Red Sox went last year. Yes. Red Sox went last year.
Phillies and Mets went to London last year. Nobody's going to London this year.
Okay.
Are they bringing back the Field of Dreams game this year? Did the stadium finally get complete, or is it still under construction?
They're not doing it as far as I know. I was like, I don't think they want to overdo it. You know, because they've already had two. I don't think they want to keep. I think you may see it again, but I don't think they want to keep it.
Well, the year that they dropped it, because they wanted to renovate the ballpark, the Astros were supposed to play that year over there, and they canceled it and said, "Oh, we're going to renovate the ballpark. We're going to add another 3,000 seats. It'll be complete by 2025." And I don't hear nothing lately now. So, I mean, it was cool while it was. Like, I did enjoy those 2 games in Iowa, wherever that town is, Field of Dreams.
That was cool. I mean, they had Kevin Costner out there and all that other stuff, and they literally came out of the field. Cornfield.
Yeah, they came out the cornfield in the throwback uniforms from the 1910s. It was cool. Yeah.
Oh, by the way, at halftime, North Carolina is dismantling San Diego State.
I know. I called that. I should have picked Alabama State, and I would be winning right now. I think the Celtics won. I put a money line on the Celtics, and I put the money line on the Cavs. If Alabama State would have fucking won, I'd be on the driver's seat winning money right now. I lost money on FanDuel. I hate gambling. Never doing this shit.
Welcome to my world, Marcus. Try. You and I should do 150 best ball lineups.
Since I took a year, 2 years off playing FanDuel because of how many times I tried in the NFL, I never won shit. My record, I am winless in this shit. I'm sick and tired of losing. That's why I never gamble. I don't get how friends and my dad can win money every day or every other day. I can't win shit.
Maybe you need to run their lines, Marcus.
I listened to my dad's bookie, and I still lost. I'm done. I'm fucking done.
Yeah, till tomorrow.
Yeah. No, maybe till the NFL. I don't know. I was trying to find something simple like, maybe if we're going to bet on all the number 1 seeds. No, the damn payoff is not even good. So it's like, I'm not even fucking with that.
They say baseball is one of the easiest games to bet.
I was told NASCAR, and I'm like, that. I was the bullshit kid in the car seat. I bullshit. I said, because I'd be betting William Byron every fucking week, and I'd lose every week. Unless if it was Daytona.
Sure, Rich could tell you.
Right? And the two-tire change over there on Monday nights.
Well, if my Dylan's still watching, maybe I might try it when the Champions League starts back up next month for the semifinals. Maybe I could try and win some money there.
Hard to bet against Real Madrid, right?
No. I'd be betting PSG and Barcelona for damn sure. I would probably.
Dylan, any more questions?
I would probably bet Madrid over Arsenal, though.
Also, let's have a striker.
These are not good.
But I don't need no goddamn tie. I need a win. I need a W. I'm not betting no tie. Because watch I go bet one of them clubs and they draw and I don't win shit. I bet that's how it works too. They gotta get a W, not an L or a draw.
You could always take a draw, mate.
Just curious, is anyone going to try and go to the World Cup game?
If Messi's playing in it, I'm fucking in.
How much does it cost to go to World Cup?
Mucha money.
Yeah, where do you want to go? What game do you want to go to? The final game in New York?
I want to go to. I don't care. Isn't one of them? Are they going to host games like in Dallas or in Houston?
Yes.
How much would it cost to go see it in Houston? Like $200, $300?
Probably a few grand.
So about as much as a Super Bowl ticket.
Yeah.
Maybe more.
It'd probably be a few hundred, depending on who you see. If it's Argentina, U.S., or one of these.
If it's fuck USA, they suck. I'm talking about Messi or Ronaldo.
Cristiano Ronaldo is old enough to be Jamie's father. Almost.
Okay, how about Harry Kane?
Mark, it looks like you're getting a game in Houston, buddy.
If it was Harry Kane or Messi.
How about Mbappe?
That too.
I mean,
You hear me, Mark?
I can hear you. Yeah. That's what 2026.
yep.
So I got to choose between going to a World Cup matchup or go to WrestleMania next year.
Wait, where's WrestleMania?
New Orleans, baby. I did my best Dick Vic Dell voice, Jamie, baby.
Do you have any beignets for me, Marcus?
Well, mark it down. 3/11 next year, or the day the tickets go on sale
March 11th of 2026.
for the Houston game. Yeah.
We probably. I guess it depends who plays in it. It's like I don't want to go watch like Croatia versus like freaking Uruguay. Like I'd want to go watch like Argentina versus Germany or Argentina versus Brazil.
Hey,
or
wait a
something
minute, wait a
like-
minute. You don't want to see Luka Modric against Darwin Nunez? I paid to watch that game.
If this is countries, like I want to see the best of the best. You better give me France. You better give me Brazil, Germany. You better give me one of them, or Argentina. You better give me one of them countries.
World Cup tickets, it's anywhere from $39 to $229. Like
I'll sit in a nosebleed for $40.
now, WrestleMania, the 2-day pass is $766. Saturday at WrestleMania, the best you're gonna do in terms of tickets, as far as the cheapest ones, are $321.
I thought it would be more because it's in Vegas. Vegas is like a high marquee city. I remember I saw ringside seats 2-day package for almost 20 grand.
Jesus.
But that's Vegas for you, baby.
It's like Vince is gone. Like the Endeavor, the UFC, they've raised the ticket prices for everything, and this is just crazy. I mean,
I didn't even pay that much when I went to the 2 nights in Dallas. I think I paid almost $300 for both tickets. I did the combo. I paid about $300, and that was just for Dallas.
that's $321. That's the worst ticket. That's the cheapest one.
Hey,
That's
I'm
like
there.
that's
I'm
if you're-
there. I can still see I'm there. Like I don't care if they look like little ants. I'm just there. I'm not. It's not a competition where I gotta sit. I could go to.
You're there for the atmosphere.
I'm there for the atmosphere. Yes, and
Vegas-
So, Marcus, what's Friday night going to turn into? Shit show?
Well, they're
Is it
in
going to be
Italy.
good with
Well,
Seth Rollins stopping in and
Roman and
entering
CM
the
Punk.
ring with Punk and Reigns?
Yeah. Oh, we got Jacob Fatu versus Braun Strowman. Yeah. So they're in Italy this Friday night. So yeah, I think I'm gonna be eating a lot of pizza watching SmackDown in Italy.
We're gonna find out what the favor is too. I heard
Man, they've been quiet about this favor.
the favor that Paul Heyman owns, the CM Punk.
I don't know what it could be. What let him go with Punk? Like I don't know what the favor could be. But you gotta admit that crowd in Spain last week was electric, and that crowd in Belgium last night was electric.
I agree.
I just watched the short, so that's all I know.
The European crowds are the best. That just makes us Americans look like shit because we get all
the
the
European
shows.
crowds are drunk.
Any crowd overseas gets crunk. Like wait, when they did Money in the Bank in London, they were the best. Last year, I said the crowd in France was the best for Backlash last year, but it's always competition with these countries outside of North America. Because the Australians were good, the French were good, the Germans were good, Scottish were good. Hell, even the Canadians were better than us. And they had 2 shows last year, and they just had one earlier this month.
But I don't know.
How do y'all feel? What did y'all think of John Cena's
Could it be because we're
spoiled? Yes.
spoiled of it, and they
Yeah.
get it once, twice, every 2 years? You know,
Well,
every
Belgium never had a live TV show like Raw. They've always had house shows. They said last
right.
40
That's
years.
what I mean. Of course, they're going to go nuts. They don't have anything else to do. We get it every Monday and Friday.
What did you think of John Cena's first promo as a heel, telling people he was breaking up with everyone and we get nothing in return, and he was shit talking like fuck them kids.
My wife was shocked, like when we watched it, like Cena's promo, because I've never heard him. He hardly ever uses foul language during a promo or anything like that. It feels a little late, though. I really wish the whole time I was like, I wish they'd have done this 5-6 years ago. Like
it was fantastic. I loved every second of it. I just wish they'd have changed him up, like make him look like a corporate guy, come out in a custom-made suit. They fixed the patch on the back of his head. He should have had a new theme song, but no, he's staying original, and that's going to piss us off even more because we wanted a change, and he's going to still come out the exact same with same theme song, same Fruity Pebble shirt, time is now, you can't see me shirt, jorts, Jordan shoes, not changing shit. Like, then that's going to piss us off even more, and he's going to be like, I don't give a damn what y'all think no more. I'm not a heel. I'm not a babyface. I'm a human being, like he said last night.
He did about 30 minutes in the ring. Yeah.
And I think we can throw it in the hat. Cody and Cena's main eventing night 2.
Oh, you can. There's no question.
So I have my. I do you think they give Cena the belt one last time and then
not yet. I think Cody beats him at WrestleMania and they'll fight again soon. And Cena's gonna win it before he retires, but it won't be at WrestleMania. I think Cody retains.
My thought was Cena wins, the Money in the Bank cashes in and takes it off of Cena.
He can that was thrown in the water.
Hey guys, I'm gonna dip if you're gonna talk about this WrestleMania. Check me out, Spunky Sports, Big D Podcast, at Dylan at Sports One. See you boys later.
All right, Dylan.
Later.
But that was my thought, Marcus. That was my thought. That was my first thought. They let him win. The Money in the Bank gets cashed in, and Cena gets the belt, gets the moment of glory, and then he just gets beat on.
I had 2 options. He would either win it later in the year, like at SummerSlam, or his final match before he hangs it up. He's gonna have that. He's gonna break the record before it's officially over.
I think Cena wins too. I think why are we doing all this, turning him heel, doing all this stuff just to have him lose? That would be really a waste. I don't know what else you'd be doing bigger than that. I think that would really be a waste if they did that. I think Cena wins. I don't think they're going to waste this.
Now, who main events night 1? Will it be Tiffy and Charlotte, or will it be Roman, Seth, and Punk in a triple threat?
I think
it'll
be
Charlotte.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead, Rob.
I think it's Jey Uso and Gunther. They're going to give Jey Uso his shot at redemption.
I like Flair and Tiff.
I think Gunther and Jay open up because this storyline is so weak. I think they open it up, and he wins the title, kicking off the show.
I think Jay is the most over guy they have in the whole deal. I think he's more over right now than Roman is as a whole. I don't think there's anybody more. I mean, Jay. I mean, every time Jay comes out now, they're going crazy. Maybe Cody is the only other one more popular than Jay. I think
Marcus, you changed your Twitter handle. It was Yeet. Now it's just Marcus. All right, we're watching John Cena's shorts down there. Where's he frozen? Marcus frozen? Am I frozen?
John Cena sucks. No, now you can hear me. John Cena sucks.
I thought Marcus was frozen for a minute. I was like, what's going on?
He's gone, I think.
Jamie, what are the Yankees gonna do in that bullpen and that starting rotation?
He's gone because John Cena sucks. No, that's enough.
I think I want to see Will Warren make the final be one of the final starters in the rotation. I really like this one prospect that they got. He's got a 95-96 mile an hour fastball. Cameron Shetler, his name is, And I think he might start off in AAA, but he could end up getting called up really soon. We'll see.
I saw
I
that.
still
I
think
read that.
Luck,
I read that also.
but luckily, like I said, I think Cole needed that Tommy John surgery, but luckily, at least Luis Hill will be back after 3 months, which is good. So Cole, the doctor said it was actually a miracle that Cole went this long in his career without Tommy John. You know, being such a big fastball pitcher. That's why.
I'm sick and tired of seeing guys go out with Tommy John. I really am.
Well,
I mean,
that's what happens when everybody's when you're just throwing not 90, when you're just throwing 4-seam fastballs all the time, you know.
I think that's why Paul Skeens picked up those 2 pitches to get away from the fastball.
I mean, he's like, I mean, that's why I think he went second in the draft instead of first, I think, because of that's why, like, that was the biggest concern with him coming out of college was, like, he hasn't had any issues, but he throws so daggone hard that, yeah, like, it's an issue. Like, you're worried about it, even though he doesn't even have any issues before. He throws so hard.
Yeah, Rav, I'm surprised you didn't jump in the other night. You were commenting. I'm surprised you didn't just log in.
Now you guys got it. You guys got it.
I know, but I figured you would have logged in after you asked all the questions. I was like, why don't you just log in?
I've seen her before. I've seen her.
I knew nothing about her. That was the blindest interview podcast I've ever gone into because I didn't ask her any questions.
Who was Michaela?
She went to the winter meetings. She has a press pass. She works for, what was the network? Do you remember what she said?
A press pass for what?
I forget the network.
Yeah, she worked Pro Baseball Network, maybe.
Oh.
She had a podcast with another female, and she was talking about. I remember years. I think I've seen her before because she was talking about the service time. I think I remember seeing her talk about on podcast service time. So I think I've seen her before.
That was the first time I met her, talked to her. I've been talking to her on Twitter, obviously, and we finally came up with a day. And I just threw it together last minute because she told me at 7:00, "Hey, I can go live tonight," and I was like, "Oh shit," because I was trying to get it for Monday, and then she just threw a curveball at me and said, "Hey, I can go live tonight. Do you want to go?" And I was like, "Yeah, why not? Yeah."
I heard you. Yeah.
But Marcus, you're back, buddy. How are you?
Oh, good. My internet just fucking cut off and then it cut back on. AT&T internet.
Yeah, I was sitting there. We were sitting there asking you questions, and you were just sitting there. I'm like, watching shorts, huh?
While I was talking, all 4 screens were buffering, and then it kicked me off. I had to reboot my shit, and now it got me back on again.
I don't even know. We were talking about Cena, I believe, whenever
we were talking about Jey Uso. I said Jay and Gunther were going to open up the show, and Jay was going to win the title with how shitty that storyline is right now.
You don't like Gunther?
Oh, I like Gunther. I was given the name Yeet Man, and I was getting so hyped with Jey Uso, so they were calling me Yeet Man because I keep saying Yeet, and I made shades like him, and I was given the nickname Yeet Man online, so or Little Yeet.
Yeah, so that was cool. Anything else, boys?
I got it.
I know we got our little UFL show kicking off this weekend.
Sunday night.
Is it starting this week?
Next
We're
week,
doing
Friday the 28th.
We're doing a preview show a week before. Get our feet wet. Ace is busy. I know that. I already talked to him. I didn't try Webb. What about the one guy? What about Pat? Jamie, are you still friends with Pat?
Yeah, I am. I think I'll send him a message though.
All right. Rab, you don't watch much springtime football, right?
Yeah, I can't commit to anything past. I'm busy certainly with baseball here, during the summer, like a lot of times and stuff. And we're gonna start minor league baseball as well on my channel. Like definitely, we're gonna talk keys
On my
and all that
one
stuff.
account, I did talk to the minor league team of the Orioles. I don't know if I can still have them or not. I don't know if you talked to them or not.
Which one?
I don't remember. It was years ago.
Yeah, I had
It was years ago before I found you and Matt.
the Keys, the Tides, the Sun. Not the Suns.
I only follow 2 minor league teams for the Astros. I follow the Space Cowboys and the Hooks.
But I know I talked to them before, so I mean, I always shoot you over to them and see if you can get them to come on.
Yeah, I mean,
If
you
you're
would
doing
think
minor league
I would
stuff.
say this. You would think it's much easier to talk to minor league players than it
It's
is major league.
harder.
It's not.
It's harder.
Yeah, it really is.
It's crazy. I was like, what? So, yeah. I would say I know I forget the name of them, but I know I talked to them.
Oh, I've been talking with Rich a little bit. We're gonna try and get something started with a wrestling show.
I got to talk to you about that afterwards too, Mark. I found another guy that might want to join us and talk. I don't
Okay.
know him from nothing. He's only got like
Okay.
500 followers, but still.
Okay.
And again, it's the same reason why I'm not in on the wrestling thing. Is the same answer I gave with the UFLs. Like if I had more time, I'd love to join
Right.
and watch because I'm watching every week. So yeah.
Here's your doing.
Mm.
All right. You guys can keep talking, or are we gonna end it? Because this dog needs to go out and she's getting a little fussy.
No, I'm gonna go out too. I'm sure everybody's tired of me talking. I'm sure.
Oh, I'm never tired of talking, but this dog's like crying. So anyway, you can get me at Sports Talking It on Twitter. Jamie's really good at going over the YouTube and review and all that because that's what he does. He's really good at that. You can get me there. You can get me Driving to the Top on Twitter as well. Also on Driving to the Top on the YouTube channel, and I'll pass it on to whoever wants it.
All right.
Fight guys.
All right, so raverysports.company.site is the website if you want to buy Orioles and Ravens merchandise and hats and everything. This week, we're going to do our mock draft, NFL mock draft. First, we're Ravens mock draft. We're going to talk, obviously, a little bit of March Madness, and we're going to do the Orioles roster prediction, the last 26. We're going to pick the roster for the Orioles on the channel this week.
I'm on Twitter at MarcusSolite337. I got some new stuff coming on this network. I got my own personal show I'm about to start up once the intro's made. It's going to be called On the Go, where I'm going to be going across some certain area codes from the 713 to the 504 to the 337 and more, where you're going to hear all my stuff that involves New Orleans, Houston sports, and across southern Louisiana, like LSU, McNeese, and everything. But definitely Saints, Pelicans, Astros, Rockets, Dynamo, Roughnecks, even the Texans, Cougars, and so forth. And I got the UFL show with Jamie, Adam, and Evan, and whoever else is joining us there. And occasionally I'll be popping up once a week on this too. So good shit coming on here with me, guys. I can't wait.
I love it. Jamie, close us out, boss.
Okay, so last but certainly not least, you guys can follow me, yours truly, at Bill's Chat 1 at Bill's Mafia Chat, and also at Jamie Malloy, the unbiased journalist, and DJ Dogtag's my handle right there on Twitter X. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Don't forget to like, comment, hit that bell for hit that like button and ring the bell for notifications. You could, for more information on Driving to the Top production, you could please visit our YouTube page, our Twitch stream, Facebook stream, Action Review, Consumer Podcast. And you also can find me starting this Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening at 9 o'clock p.m. Me, Marcus, and Anna will be doing our preview show for UFL Spring Football, which starts on Friday, the 28th. It's going to be awesome. Friday Night Lights in the UFL, which is really cool. And also, you guys can also catch me and Joe Dalio on Driving to the Top Productions. We'll be doing our first Subway Series conversation chat for baseball on Tuesday, March 25th at 8 o'clock p.m. And also, I forgot to tell you, the Sunday UFL shows at 9 o'clock p.m. So, like I said, thank you guys so much for listening, and please subscribe to our YouTube channel. And yep, that's a wrap, I think.
Alrighty, guys. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. And everybody, thank you, and have a good evening.
See ya.